WWPH.
Your community, your world, your radio station. 107.9 FM. WWPH in Princeton Junction. The Flash.
Good morning. My name is Aayushi, and I'm here with the 107.9 FM News Flash for February 10th. A mine is threatening a diverse ecosystem. A nickel mine in Jakarta, Indonesia is expanding and threatening the biodiversity of the Jakarta Bay. A nation is trying to recover from an earthquake. The Cayman Islands were struck by a magnitude 7.6 earthquake earlier this weekend. A nation is honoring a former president. Former freedom fighter and Namibia's first president, Sam Nujoma, has unfortunately passed away at the age of 95. And that is all I have for the 107.9 FM Flash for today.
Okay, class, next up is one of the hardest math equations in all of math's history. Timmy, you're going to answer this one.
All right then, sir. What is it?
What is 107 plus 0.9 times the best music, talk shows, games, DJs, and current events destination?
Easy. 107.9 FM, your radio destination.
Great work, Timmy. So, class, if you want to pass, make sure you tune in to 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
What should I do today? Let's see what's on Facebook. Oh my God, that's me. What is this? It's a video from our lunch table? He never even asked me if he could film it. I didn't even see him with his phone out. I didn't want anybody to see this. What if colleges find it? I was just joking when I said that, but he still didn't ask. He has to take it down.
Remember, no filming, audio recording, or picture taking without consent or face the consequences of confiscation, a Saturday detention, and police notification.
This message has been brought to you by 107.9 FM WWPH Princeton Junction.
107.9 reminds you, the solution is in our hands.
Hi, I'm Sahara Shankar from Tonight Live. As our world faces more and more dark times, it's important to spread positivity. Whether that's through compliments or a smile, a simple act of kindness can really impact someone's day. Smiles are contagious, so let's remember to smile as much as we can.
And the world will live as one.
The Devon 107.9. You are listening to 107.9 FM. And you are joined today by the night shift. We are officially clocking in. My name is John.
I'm Aayushi.
And I'm Johnson.
And this coming month and just week in general, the Student Council has a lot planned, mainly with their Cocoa and Crafts event, which will be taking on Friday the 28th. And it's just a fun event where students can go to the library and just after school make crafts and drink hot cocoa and just other fun stuff like that.
Yep, and there's lots of different options. You can actually choose which option you want to use on the Google form that's posted on the Class of 2026 Instagram account, and it will be held in the Media Center for only $12 per person.
Right, and at this event, you can try things like paint by number or perler beads, or even make friendship bracelets. Another event that's coming up is the Valentine's Day Rose Sales, and that's actually happening this week.
Yeah, so just a little about that. The flower sales happened last week during lunch, with them being sold for $5 each. And there was a limited quality with there being only 100 roses.
And because unfortunately we have the day off on Valentine's Day, flowers will be delivered on Thursday, February 13th during first block. And this kind of is open for all grades. And we'll be right back on 107.9 FM after this short break.
Oh, cartoons? Well, lucky for you, 107.9 is the place for you. From the many crazy adventures of Cow and Chicken, to the many fun adventures of Ed, Edd and Eddy, to our many wonderful friends at Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Blue, to my many different experiments here at Dexter's Laboratory.
Man, I'm pretty.
Join our cartoon craziness here on 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Yes, the day is finally over.
Finally. But I have so much work to do.
Well, we don't even have to come to school tomorrow, so don't worry about it.
What do you mean?
Hello, senior cut day is tomorrow. No school for us.
But senior cut day is considered an unexcused absence. Even if an entire class doesn't come in, We'll all get cuts and have to face the consequences. And if you participate, you might lose your senior privileges.
A message from 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Are you watching the Super Bowl?
No, I'm listening to 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Out of Sight with the Pirate in the Night, 107.9 FM. And there's a lot going on in Princeton right now, with mainly the Board of Education earlier this week allowing almost $90 million to renovations for the Princeton public school facilities.
And this is mainly to kind of update the school's heating, ventilation, and air conditioning for a lot of schools and try to kind of revamp them. And this could expand to other schools in the district, not just the high school, including the middle and elementary schools.
Right, and there are a lot of concerns around this because for Princeton residents especially, because in order to pay off this plan, the average Princeton taxpayer will be taxed an additional $532 per year over the course of 25 to 27 years. And so people are a little worried about that. But construction for this project will most likely be completed by September of 2028.
Yeah, and there's still some voting that has to go on for how much they're going to do this and when that they want this to occur. But earliest that this plan could go in place with all the planning that needs to be done, that could probably be done as early as this spring. But then next, the Board of Education is considering to use solar power and things like that to really reduce the cost and lower the amount taxpayers have to pay in the future. But yeah, there's a lot of debate in the Princeton community if this is the right move. We'll be right back on 107.9 FM after this break.
From Hollywood to your hometown, it's the Great 108 Entertainment Flash.
For the 107.9 FM Entertainment Flash, movie fans are mourning the death of a famous actor. Stage and film star Tony Roberts has unfortunately passed away at the age of 85. Famous music artists are performing on the highest stage. Kendrick Lamar performed during the Super Bowl halftime show along with SZA and DJ Mustard. An influential sports commentator is being celebrated. ESPN's Dick Vitale returned to commentating last year after overcoming a battle with cancer. And that is the 107.9 FM Entertainment Flash for today.
All right, another great day with the Great 108. Time to head home. Wait a second. Is that you, DaBaby? Yeah. What the? Okay, anyways. So, DaBaby, have you tuned into the Divine 107.9? Yeah. Nice. Is it the #1 place for the best music, DJs, games, talks, and current events? Yeah.
Well, I think we can all agree with DaBaby on this one.
Let's go. Listen to DaBaby and join us on 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Man, nice. We in the library. You know what that means, don't you? No, what does that mean, Johnny? That means free, period. It's a library. You can do whatever you want in there. Really? I didn't know that.
Children, please settle down. This is not a playground. It is a library.
But we thought it was.
It is not. The library is an academic area. Respect and courtesy is expected from all students at all times.
A message from 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
107.9 reminds you, the solution is in our hands.
Hi, I'm Dilla from the Golden Hour. I always lived with the mindset of, if not me, then who? Stepping up to help someone in need or sending positive messages to your friends and family may be small, yet they can make someone's day. So, step up with this mentality and see the difference that it can truly make.
And the world will live as one.
Beats Out with the Pirate in the Night on 107.9 FM. And with it being so cold out right now, there's a lot of fun indoor activities in Princeton that you can do, with probably one of my favorites being the Princeton Garden Theater, which is run by a nonprofit organization and is just dedicated to restoring a 1920s theater that is just really cool.
Right, and this theater shows a lot of movies like indie movies and classics, and right now the theater is showing a lot of movies that were nominated for the Oscars, including The Brutalist, Flow, Sing Sing, and A Complete Unknown.
Yeah, and sometimes they'll just do movie themes, like for example, over the summer they did just Classics Week, which they showed like a ton of different classics movies, or like Star Wars Week, where they just show like all the Star Wars movies. So it's definitely a very cool thing to see.
Yep, and moving on, if you walk a couple minutes down, you'll also get to the Princeton Public Library, which originally opened in 1909, and it's been a staple of the community since. And when it originally opened, there were only about 4,000 books, but since then, there's been around 55,000 in circulation.
Yeah, the Princeton Public Library is considered to be one of the top public libraries in the country, so it's definitely very cool to see all this success for it and just how, accessible it is in general.
Right, and another Princeton staple is the Princeton McCarter Center, and the McCarter Center is home to a lot of the arts at Princeton, and they constantly hold musicals and performances with Princeton theater groups. So right now they're doing shows of Here There Are Blueberries, and during the holidays they do famous shows like A Christmas Carol and The Nutcracker.
Yeah, it's definitely a very famous institution there. I think everyone has probably seen it at least. But they do a lot of the classics, and it's just really cool to see in general. It originally opened in 1930, so all these buildings are very historic in the Princeton area. As you're listening to 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction. The Great 108, you're listening to 107.9 FM, and last night the Super Bowl happened with the Eagles winning over the Kansas City Chiefs 40-22, and the scoreboard really doesn't say the story of it as much, as for a point of the game, the score was 40-6, so.
Yeah, and what a game. As an Eagles fan, it was really nice to see. Really, the Eagles won because of just how much complementary football they played. The defense was firing from all cylinders. The offense was firing from all cylinders. And really, the Chiefs didn't stand a chance after coming out of halftime with a score of 24-0. It was pretty much game over by then.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy just seeing, and hearing all the stats as it happened. As they said, Mahomes was sacked 5 times. That's the most he's been in his career so far. And throughout the first half, they only had 50 yards, which is the lowest he's ever been held to. And how this is the first time in his play in general that he's been limited so much and stuff like that. So it's definitely very cool to see.
Yep, and one of the best moments from the Super Bowl for me was when Eagles cornerback rookie Cooper DeJean got his pick 6, and it was actually on his birthday because his birthday was on the same day as the Super Bowl, so that was really nice to see.
Yeah, for sure. And especially since it was his first interception in his career, it was definitely very cool. But Jalen Hurts did win Super Bowl MVP for the Eagles. He passed for 200 yards with 2 touchdowns, one of them being a rushing touchdown. And it was just a very good game from him. And I think he'll definitely be starting to move up in some people's conversations for the best QBs in the NFL.
Yep, and with Jalen Hurts, a lot of the narrative around him was that he couldn't pass or he relied too much on Saquon Barkley. But in this game, really, Saquon Barkley was held by the Chiefs to a really low stat. I forget what it is, but it was around 50 yards. And they forced Jalen Hurts to beat them by passing, which he did really well. So the narrative that Jalen Hurts can't pass has really been kind of shut down.
Yeah, exactly. You're listening to 107.9 FM. We'll be right back with some news.
The Great 108. Sports Central.
107.9 FM Sports Flash. A basketball player is impressing with his new team. Jimmy Butler scored 25 points in debut with the Golden State Warriors, a win against the Chicago Bulls. An influential athletic director is stepping down. After 13 years at SMU, Rick Hart announced his retirement, marking the end of his important career. A baseball player will be remaining with this team. The New York Yankees are resigning relief pitcher Tim Hill to a one-year, $3 million deal. And that is all for the 107.9 FM Sports Flash for today.
1079 reminds you the solution is in our hands.
Hey, this is Liv Caraba from Tonight Live. Remember what William Arthur Ward said? A warm smile is the universal language of kindness. Smiles are contagious. They have the power to spread positivity around the world. Remember that violence is never the answer, that kindness and peace can help resolve problems, and that a simple smile can make all the difference.
And the world will live as one.
Devon 107.9. And unfortunately, we've run out of time for our show today. You've been listening to The Night Shift with John,
Aayushi,
and Johnson.
And we are officially clocking out. Catch us tomorrow for more shows, but we are officially signing off.
107.9 WWPH. Your community, your world, your radio station. 107.9 FM. WWPH in Princeton Junction.